The ayes to the right, 286. The noes to the left, 344.
Today was supposed to be the day of celebration, a day that the UK left the European Union. Instead, Parliament rejecting yet another measure from Prime Minister Theresa May. In fact, it's the third time, leaving questions if the UK will ever leave the EU. Or here's a bigger question, perhaps. Do they just simply need a leader like a President Donald Trump to get this thing done? Former UK Parliament member John Browne joins us now. Lord Browne, are you surprised at this most recent embarrassment? Because every time we've come up to these votes, the scuttlebutt has been that, well, maybe this time she'll get it through.
Well, actually, it's the most important victory, but it's a slimmer majority than before, which shows that the political arm twisting and the political bribes and the wasting of time is beginning to work, and the Project Fear. So it's a victory, but slightly disappointing that it was less by less. And of course, Prime Minister May, what most people fail to see is that she doesn't want Brexit to succeed. She's really fighting for Germany and the European Union. I mean, you have Trump on the one hand, who's patriotic, working for American people, wants to deliver on his election manifesto, is very clear, is very strong, a great speaker because he speaks with passion that comes from conviction. May is almost the reverse. She's unclear. She said no option, no deal is better than a bad deal. Now she says no deal is not an option. And she's working basically for the global elite and trying systematically, while saying she's for Brexit, to stifle the democratic voice of the British people. And she's weak because she doesn't speak with passion. And she's basically, most people in England, and it's beginning to become evidence, and you should watch the Sunday Express for this in future, that she's actually working for the European Union. And of course, after it's all over, whereas Trump is probably heading for being one of the greatest presidents in America, May is heading for being one of the very worst and most treacherous prime ministers Britain has ever had. But she will be rewarded by going to the House of Lords and then get a huge fat salary job from the European Union as a reward.
But to your point, though, if they are starting to chip away at the, let's face it, the will of the people was spoken 3 years ago. I saw Mayor Khan saying, hey, why don't we just have another referendum? It feels like, you know, one part of me feels like somehow the elites are going to find a way to make sure that Brexit never happens. I don't know how they pull it off, but I just feel like they're going to find a way.
You're absolutely right. They pull it off with misleading statements and treachery by the leaders. I mean, King Charles I lost his head for less treachery than May is displaying at this very moment.
What's next, officially? What's next? Today was supposed to be the day. It's not today. We've seen crowds, big crowds over in London, I think ostensibly saying that they want to stay or leave. I'm not even sure anymore when we see these images on TV. So what's next?
Well, of course, if May hadn't had a hold of this, Brexit would have happened 6 months ago. She extended it by 6 months. Now another 2 months. You're now into 32 months of wasted time, which is the strategy of the European Union always. And it's even more evidence that May is working for the European Union to force through on Parliament against the will of the people, not reflecting the will of the people, but stifling the will of the people with a deal that's going to leave us in the European Union effectively, but with no vote. So becoming no longer a member state, but a vassal state of the European Union, which is increasingly under the control of Germany.
Sir, we've got less than a minute to go, but I do want to ask about these scare tactics. I mean, they get worse and worse to the point where it sounds like the folks in the UK are going to starve to death if this deal goes through.
Yeah, well, actually, Great Britain has a trade deficit with most of the major countries of Europe, notably Germany. So obviously they'll want to keep trade going. And the scare tactics are appalling, really. But, you know, with its own pound and its own pint of beer, Britain has one of the fastest growth rates in Europe. It has debt repayment by the government, a very rare thing, and the lowest unemployment since the Second World War. So it's doing very well, right, despite all the trouble. And when we're free of the tariff barriers of the European Union, we can trade with Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the United States, China.
Thank you very much.
John Browne, actually. John Browne.
John Browne, thank you very much.